Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to the channel BioPulse. This is Chandrika, and today is day 24 of the chapter Excretory Products and Their Elimination. Complete Biology MCQ in 40 days, line by line NCERT. The chapter that is Excretory Products and Their Elimination is a high yielding chapter, I can say, especially for the NEET. Usually around 2 to 3 questions you can expect from this chapter. It explains about how our body removes toxic waste like urea, and how it is going to be maintained water and then ionic balance through the kidneys. And understanding this chapter is very key to scoring easy and then guaranteed marks. So let's dive into the chapter that is Excretory Products and Their Elimination. So for today, the first question is here. Ammonia and urea are waste products derived from the metabolic breakdown of. Ammonia and urea are the waste products derived from the metabolic breakdown of option A, lipids, option B, carbohydrates, option C, proteins, option D, sugars. So here the right option is option C, proteins. Next question, that is question number 2. Which of the following molecule is the most toxic to the cell? Which of the following is molecule is the most toxic to the cells? Option A, NaCl, option B, urea, option C, uric acid, option D, ammonia. So here the right option is option D, ammonia. Among the nitrogenous products like ammonia, urea, uric acid and then NaCl, ammonia is the most toxic. Next, third one, the term ammonotelic, ureotelic and uricotelic are used to describe what? They are used to describe. So here option A, mode of excretory system development, B, actions of hormones on the excretory system, C, the types of nitrogenous waste produced by the various classes of the vertebrates, and then D, modification of kidney tubules to the enhance excretion. So here the right option is option C, the types of nitrogenous waste produced by the various classes of the vertebrates. What it means by ammonotelic, ureotelic and uricotelic. Ammonotelic means organisms that excrete ammonia. Okay, ammonia is highly toxic, just now we understood, isn't it? Ureotelic, this one, ureotelic, organisms that excrete urea. Okay, the organisms that excrete urea. And whereas uricotelic, the organisms that excrete uric acid. Here urea and here it is uric acid. Uric acid. And if the organism is excreting ammonia, then it is called as ammonotelic. If the organism is excreting urea, ureotelic, uric acid means uricotelic. So the next question is, that is question number 4. Which of the following statement is correct? Which of the following statement is correct? A, many bony fishes, aquatic amphibians and aquatic insects are ammonotelic. Yes, this statement is right. B, ammonia is readily soluble. Yes, this one is also right. It is highly soluble in the water. C, NH3 is generally excreted by the body surface or through the gills in fishes as NH4, that is NH4 ions. ammonium ions. Ammonia is excreted in the form of ammonium ions. This one is also right. So the right option is all. So for the fourth question, the right option is all, because all the statements are correct. Next one, that is fifth question. Which of the following statement is wrong? Wrong, he is asking. Which of the following statement is wrong? Option A, kidney does not play any significant role in the removal of the ammonia. Kidney doesn't play any significant role in removal of ammonia. Yes, exactly, this one is correct, because the primary site for the ammonia removal is liver. The kidney mainly filters what? Urea, okay, from the blood. So B, ureotelic animals excrete most of the nitrogenous waste as urea. This statement is also correct. And then C, ammonia and urea are the waste products derived from the metabolic breakdown of the proteins. So statement C is also correct. Statement D, none of the above is wrong. So here the right option is D, because none of the above are wrong. Next question, that is question number 6. Urea and uric acid are more toxic than ammonia, less toxic than ammonia, equally toxic to the ammonia, and then non-toxic. So here the right option is option B, they are less toxic than the ammonia. Seventh question, question number 7. Which of the following group of animals is ureotelic? A, many terrestrial amphibians, yes. B, mammals, yes. C, marine fishes, yes. So here the right option is option D, all. All the above given are the group of animals ureotelic. Next question, that is question number 8. Ammonia is converted into urea in A, kidney, B, liver, C, spleen, D, intestine. So here the right option is option B, liver. Just now I said about that. Next question number 9th one. Which of the following group of animals is uricotelic? A, reptiles, yes. B, insects, yes. C, birds and then land snails. This is also right. So the right option is option D. 10th question. Excretion of nitrogenous products is semi-solid forms by A, uricotelic animals, B, ureotelic animals, C, ammonotelic animals, and then D, ammoniotes. So here the right option is option uricotelic animals, that is A. What actually it is going to be explaining? Uricotelic animals excrete nitrogenous waste as a uric acid, as you know that one, isn't it? Since uric acid is relatively non-toxic and insoluble in the water, it is excreted in the semi-solid or paste-like form to conserve the water. Got it? Yes. In which form? In semi-solid or else paste-like form. Where? In the uricotelic animals. Next, 11th question. Least toxic nitrogenous waste is least toxic. High toxic one is ammonia. Least toxic he is asking. So here among them, ammonia, urea, uric acid, ammonia and then urea, among them the least toxic one is uric acid. Next question, that is question number 12. Which of the following in small amount is retained in kidney matrix of some animals to maintain a desired osmolarity? So here option A is ammonia, B urea, C uric acid, and then D ammonia and then uric acid. So here the right option is option B, urea. In some animals like if I say sharks and then ray fishes, they retain small amount of the urea in their kidney itself, kidney matrix, because of the osmolarity. And one more thing is that is called as what, adaptation. For the osmolarity, what happens, it keeps maintaining the salt and then water balance in their body fluid, okay, making them nearly isotonic to their marine environment, because you people already know it will be much more salt. And adaptation, by keeping urea in kidney matrix, what happens, they are going to be adaptations level. By keeping urea level slightly elevated, they prevent excessive water loss to the salty seawater. You people know already, seawater will be too much salty around them. That's what, to prevent that sea water around them, whatever the salty water is there, no, they are going to be adapted by maintaining or else by retaining the some amount of urea in kidney matrix. Next, 13th one, terrestrial organisms must conserve water. The least amount of water is lost with the excretion of which nitrogenous waste product? A. Ammonia, B. Uric acid, C. Urea, D. CO2. So here the right option is option B, uric acid. Next, 14th one. Question number 14. The loss of amount of water is lost. The less amount of water is lost with the excretion of which nitrogenous product? Less amount of the water loss is option A, ammonia and urea, option B, ammonia and uric acid, option C, ammonia, and then D is urea and then uric acid. So here the right option is urea and uric acid. If I say about the ammonia, as it is highly toxic and it requires most water for the excretion, and it is specifically excreted by the aquatic animals. When we are talking about the urea, less toxic than the ammonia when we compare and requires less water. When we talk about uric acid, this is the very least toxic and requires the least amount of the water. How much toxicity is there, that much water requirement will be there. If less toxicity, less requirement of the water. That's it. Next, 15th question. Which of the following is correct about the protonephridia? Which of one is correct? Or else flame cells he is asking. So here A1, protonephridia are the excretory structures in platyhelminthes, that is example planaria, rotifers and some annelids. Yes, this one is right. Protonephridia are the excretory structures in cephalochordates, example amphiosis. This one is also right. C, protonephridia are primarily concerned with the ionic and fluid volume regulation, that is osmoregulation. This one is also right. So all the statements are right here. So the 15th one right option is D. Next one, match the column 1 with column 2, that is 16th question. Column 1 is given and then column 2 is given here. Here column 1, A, nephridia. Nephridia, it is found in annelids, that is especially earthworm. Malpighian tubules, they are present in insects. A is 2 and then B is 3. A is 2 and then B is 3. So the right option is option C. Antennal gland, this is not double T double N, it must double N A L. Antennal gland, this one is for crustaceans. So from next 17th questions onwards, human excretory system we are going to discuss. 17th question, Which of the following statement is wrong about human excretory system? A. Excretory system consists of one pair of bean-shaped kidney, one pair of ureter, and a urinary bladder and a urethra. This statement is correct because the human excretory system consists of pair of kidney, pair of ureters, and urinary bladder and a urethra. And then B, kidney are situated between the 12th thoracic and 3rd lumbar vertebrae close to the dorsal wall in the abdominal cavity. Yes, this one is also right. And then C, right kidney is a little higher level than the left one. This one is wrong. What actually in humans, the right kidney is slightly lower than the left kidney, not the higher one. Slightly it is lower. So this one not higher. Because of that, the statement is wrong. So he is asking wrong one. That's what the right option is, C. Next, question number 18. Each kidney of adult human measurement of the kidney is given here: length, width, thickness, and then weight. Which one is right among them? Length of the kidney in adult humans, length, if I say, it will be 10 to 12 centimeter. Width is 5 to 7 centimeter. Thickness is 2 to 3 centimeters, and then weight is approximately 120 to 170 grams. So here the right option is option A. 19th one. The part of the kidney gateway for ureter, nerves, and then blood vessels is A. Hilum, B. Renal pore, C. Minor calyx, D. Major calyx. So here the right option is A. Hilum. Next question, 20th one. Inner to the hilum of the kidney is a broad funnel shaped space called A. cortex, B. medulla, C. pelvis, D. calyx. So here the right option is option C, pelvis. Next, 21st question. Which of the following statement is false? Which of the following statement is false? Here, first one, outer cortex and inner medulla are the two zones in the kidney. Yes, this one is right. Medulla is divided into about 8 to 18 renal pyramids. Yes, this one is also right. Whereas pyramids projects into calyx. This one is also true. And then last one, inward extension of cortex between the pyramids is called as renal column. So this one is also true. So all the four statements are correct. The right option will be none, because he is asking incorrect. False one he is asked. Next question, that is question number 22. Observe the following figure. Identify A to E structure. A is given, B is given, C, D, and then E. Here A is ureter. A is what? Ureter. So A is ureter. Option C, only one is there. So this must be the correct option. B, inferior. Yes, this one is inferior vena cava. And then C is dorsal aorta. And then D is urethra, and then last one is pelvis. So the right option for 22 is C. Next, which one of the following is the structural and functional unit of kidney? Structural and functional unit of kidney is option A, urethra, B, urinary bladder, C, renal column, D, nephron. So here the right option is option D, nephron. Next, 24. Renal corpuscle or Malpighian body is A. Glomerulus only, B. Glomerulus only with Bowman's capsule, C. Bowman's capsule, D. Glomerulus with different arterioles. So here the right option is option B. Next, 25th one. Which one of the following is a tube that carries urine from kidney to the urinary bladder? A. Loop of Henle, B. Ureter, C. Urethra, D. Ulna. So here the right option is ureter. Next question, question number 26. Go through the following figure, identify A to D. A, B, C and then D is given. What is A? A is calyx, B is cortex, and then C is renal column, and then D is ureter. So here the right option is option B. Next question, that is question number 27. Each kidney has how many nephrons? Each kidney has how many nephrons? A. About 2 million, B. About 1 million, C. About 5,000, D. About 50,000. So here the right option is about 1 million. Each kidney has how many nephrons means about 1 million. Next, 28th question. The bed of capillaries in vertebrates kidney where water, urea and salts are filtered out of the blood is A. Bowman's capsule, C. Collecting duct, B is collecting duct, C is glomerulus and then D is loop of Henle. So here the right option is option C. Glomerulus is actually a network of capillaries located at the beginning of the nephron in the kidney. It serves as a primary site for the blood filtration where water, urea, salts are pushed out of the blood into the Bowman's capsule due to the high pressure. So the next one, that is 29th. All of the following structures are situated in renal cortex except A. Loop of Henle, B. Malpighian corpuscles, and then C is PCT, that is proximal convoluted tubule, and then D is DCT, distal convoluted tubules. So among them loop of Henle is accepted, which is not situated in renal cortex. Next question, that is question number 30. The DCTs of many nephrons open into a straight tube called PCT, loop of Henle, collecting duct, Bowman's capsule. Here the right option is collecting duct. Next question, that is question number 31. Which of the following statement is false? A. Renal tubules starts with a double walls cup like structure called Bowman's capsule. Yes, this one is true. In majority of nephrons, the loop of Henle is too short. Such nephrons are cortical nephrons. This one is also true. And then C. Juxtamedullary nephron has long loop of Henle. This one is also right. So that's one, none of them are false. 31, right option is D. Next, 32th question. Which is the correct pathway of passage of urine in humans? Correct pathway. A. Collecting tubule, ureter, bladder and urethra. This one itself is right. Why it is right actually? In collecting tubules, what happens? Urine is firstly formed in the nephrons of the kidney and gathered in the collecting ducts or else tubules, you can say. Then next, what happens in ureter? These tubes carry the urine from kidney to the urinary bladder. Then next, in the bladder, a muscular sac that is stored urine until it is ready to be excreted. At the last, from the urethra, the final tube through the which urine leaves the body. That's what this one is right. 33th one, match the following question here. First one, column 1, column 2, delivers blood to glomerulus. Who is going to deliver the blood to the glomerular? That is renal artery. So A is 2. A is 2 means this is eliminated, this one is eliminated. B, carries urine to pelvis, also acts in water reabsorption. Water reabsorption, that is B is 3, collecting duct. In this duct, what happens? Transports the urine to the renal pelvis and is a key site for the final water reabsorption, where in the collecting duct. So B is 2. B is 3, not 2. B is 3. That's what the right option is, option A. 34th question. Which of the following is correct about juxtamedullary nephron? Juxtamedullary nephron. A, vasa recta is prominent, right? Loop of Henle is long, right? NaCl is returned to the interstitium, right, by ascending limb of vasa recta. This one is also right. So all of them are right. The right option is option D. Next one, that is question number 35. Which of the following place the region of nephron in their correct sequence with respect to flow of tubular fluid? Flow of tubular fluid. Option A, PCT. Next, descending limb of Henle. Ascending limb of Henle, DCT, collecting duct. So this one is right itself. 35th one is A. In the proximal convoluted tubule, what happens? Fluid enters here first after the filtration in the glomerulus. Okay. Then next, what happens? The fluid travels down into the renal medulla. Here in the renal medulla. Next, from the ascending limb of the Henle, the fluid travels back up towards the cortex, and in the DCT, that is distal convoluted tubule, here what happens? The fluid passes through this collecting duct next to the collecting duct. That's what for the 35th question, option A is right. Next, 36th one, vasa recta is A, S shaped. No, A must be, let it be I shaped, you take. B, S shaped. C, U shaped, and then D is J shaped. So here the right option is vasa recta is U shaped. 37th one, in glomerulus, different arterioles. A is wider than afferent arteriole. B, and afferent arteriole has similar diameter. C is narrower than the afferent arteriole. D is narrower than the afferent capillaries. So here the right option is option A, is wider than the afferent arteriole. Next, 38th one, which of the following is incorrect? Which of the following is incorrect, he is asking. Blood vessels leads to glomerulus is called afferent arteriole. Incorrect, he is asking. So this one is incorrect actually, first statement. The blood vessels leading into the glomerulus in afferent arteriole. The afferent arteriole is a vessel that carries blood away from the glomerulus. So this one itself is wrong here. So 38th right option is A. Next, from the urine formation, 39th one, urine formation involves A. Ultrafiltration and reabsorption occurring in different parts of the nephron. B. Ultrafiltration and reabsorption occurring in same part of the nephron. C. Ultrafiltration, reabsorption and secretion occurring in different parts of the nephron. This one is right. 40th one, match the following question. Column 1 with column 2. PCT, APCT, it reabsorbs, that is reabsorption of 70 to 80% electrolytes. So A is 3. So this option eliminated. DCT is for what? Ionic balance. So B is for fourth one. So the right option is option A. Next, C. Loop of Henle, maintenance of what? Concentration of gradient in medulla. So C is C is 5. A is 3. B is 4. C is 5. And then D, counter current mechanism. It concentrates urine formation. So D is 1. And then renal corpuscle, filtration of the blood. It is filtration of the blood. E is 2. 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. So this one is right, but slightly change. Make it as 3, 4, 5, 1 and then 2. So the right option is option A itself. Here there is a short trick which I can give. It is PCT, pack completely. DCT, decide carefully. Okay, PCT function is maximum reabsorption of the glucose, amino acids and ions, loop concentration gradient, and then DCT, selective reabsorption of the hormones, hormonal control. So here the right option is option A. 41st question. Which of the following statement is correct among the following? Renal vein take blood away from the kidney. Yes. Loop of Henle conserves water. Yes, this one is right. Podocytes occur in inner wall of the Bowman's capsule. This one is also correct. And then fourth one, that is ultrafiltration, nephric filtration is plasma minus protein. This one is also correct. So all are correct. So the D1 is right. 1, 2, 3, 4 are correct. 42th question. The glomerular capillaries cause filtration of blood through dash layers. How many layers? 1, 2, 3 and then 6. So here the right option is option C, that is 3. Endothelium, basement membrane and epithelium of the Bowman's capsule. Those are the 3 layers where filtration of the blood is going to be happen. In endothelium, the inner lining of the glomerular blood vessel which contains pores, and in the basement membrane what happens, a non-cellular middle layer that acts as a physical barrier, whereas in the Bowman's capsule epithelium, the outer layer made up of specialized cells called podocytes, isn't it? These cells have the food process that creates filtration site, though which the blood is filtered. So here the next question is question number 43. The layers between the blood in a glomerular blood Bowman's capsule space are tunica media plus cuboidal epithelium plus basement membrane. B. Endothelium plus epithelium of Bowman's capsule plus basement membrane between the 2 layers. This one is right. So 43, B is right. Next, 44th question. On average, dash ml of blood is filtrated by the kidney per minute, which constitute roughly dash of the blood pumped out by each ventricle of the heart in a minute. So here A, 125 ml 1/6 1, B, 100 to 125 ml 1/6, C, 1100 to 1200 ml 1/5, D, 5 liter 1/10. So here the right option is option C, 1100 to 1200 ml 1/5 one. Renal blood flow, that is on an average kidney filters about 1100 to 1200 ml of the blood per minute, and cardiac output comparison, if we take this is amount of represent roughly 1/5 of that is 20% of the total blood pumped out. Okay, now that's what this one is right. Next, 45th one. The amount of filtrate formed by the kidney per minute is called glomerular filtration rate. The GFR of a healthy adult is the GFR of a healthy adult is 80 ml per minute, 125 ml per minute, 300 ml per minute, 20 ml per minute. So here the right option is 125 ml per minute. Next, 46th one. The GFR per day in a healthy adult, that was per minute, this is per day. Option A, 5 liter. Option B, 180 liters. Next, C, 200 liters, and then D, 20 liters. The standard rate in a healthy adult, that is GFR is approximately 125 milliliter per minute, I said. For a daily calculation, if we want total per day, that is to find out the total volume per day, 125 ml per minute, let me write here, 125 ml per minute into how many minutes we have, 60 minutes per hour, and how many hours per day, that is 24 hours per day. So that is approximately equals to ml. So it is equivalent to what? 180 liters. While the kidney filters about 180 liter of fluid daily, nearly 99% of it is reabsorbed back into the bloodstream, so resulting in only about 1.5 liter of urine excreted per day. Got it? Only approximately about 1.5 liter is excreted out, but it is produced how much? 180 liters. The produced 180 liter is not at all excreted out. It 99% is it is going to be reabsorbed to the bloodstream. Got it? Yes. 47th question. Juxtaglomerular apparatus, a special sensitive cellular region, is formed in A. PCT and DCT, B. PCT and DCT at a location of their contact, C. PCT and loop of Henle at the location their contact, D. DCT and different arteriole at the location of their contact. So here the right option is option D. Next question, 48th one. Of the filtrate, nearly how many of it is reabsorbed by the renal tubules? I said about this, isn't it? Of the filtrate, nearly how many of it is reabsorbed by the renal tubules? A. 5%, B. 99%, C. 50%, and then D. 25%. It is absorbed 99%. Only 1% is excreted out. Next question, that is from the function of tubules. That is 49th question. Which of the following statement is false? Among the given, which of the following statement is false? A. The kidney has built-in mechanism for the regulation of the GFR. Yes, this is true. And then B. Tubular secretion does not play any significant role in the urine formation. And this one is false. B is false because tubular secretion is a crucial step in the urine formation. It helps in the maintenance the body's ionic and then acid base balance by removing waste products and then excess ions from the blood into the filtrate. That's what here tubular secretion does not play any significant role he is given, but it plays very significant role. So this statement itself is wrong. Next, 50th question. Which of the following statement about proximal convoluted tubule, that is PCT, is false? Again false he is asking. A. It is lined by simple cuboidal brush bordered epithelium which increases the surface area, right? B. Nearly all essential nutrients, 70 to 80%, electrolytes, 70% of H2O, that is water, are reabsorbed by PCT. Yes, this one is also right. PCT is not the site of selective secretion. This one is wrong. Actually, the PCT is actively involved in the selective secretion. It secretes substance like hydrogen ions, ammonia, and potassium ions into the filtrate to help the to maintain the body's pH and then ionic balance. So here among them the C is wrong. 51. PCT helps to maintain the pH and ionic balance of the body fluids by, just now I said, isn't it? Selective secretion of protons, that is hydrogen ions, ammonia and potassium ions in filtrate, and reabsorption of bicarbonate ions, also. So here the right option is both A and B. 52th question. If the loop of Henle were absent from the mammalian nephron. Which of the following is to be expected if the loop of Henle is absent? A. The urine will be more dilute. What? The urine will be more dilute. This one itself is right. There will be no urine formation. The urine will be more concentrated. And then D. There will be hardly any change in the quality and quantity of the urine formation. So for the 52, the right option is option A. Next, 53. The medullary gradient is mainly caused by A. Urea and K plus, B. H plus and then K plus, C. NaCl and urea, D. Urea and then H plus. So here the right option is NaCl and then urea. Next, 54th one. First statement, reabsorption in this region is minimum. They are talking about one of the parts of this. Reabsorption in this region is minimum, that is loop of Henle. This region plays a significant role in maintenance of the high osmolarity of the intestinal fluid. That is about the loop of Henle he is talking. So the right option is B. Its descending limb is permeable to water but almost impermeable to the electrolytes. And then fourth one, its ascending limb is impermeable to the water but allows transport of the electrolytes actively and passively. Fifth one, in descending limb filtrate is hypertonic while is ascending limb filtrate is hypotonic. The above characteristics are associated with the loop of Henle. So the 55th question, that is the next question. Which of the following statement is correct? He is asking correct one. Statement 1. Reabsorption of water occurs passively in initial segment of the nephron. Yes, this one is correct. Initial segment is like the proximal convoluted tubule. Water is reabsorbed passively by osmosis. Second one, nitrogenous waste are absorbed by passive transport. This one is also right. Third one, condition reabsorption of Na and then water takes place in DCT. Yes, in the DCT what happens? Condition reabsorption for the Na plus and then water. DCT reabsorbs HCO3. This one is also right. Fifth one, DCT is capable of selective secretion of the H plus, K plus and NH3 to maintain pH and the Na plus minus K plus balance in the blood. This one is also right. Whereas substance like glucose, amino acids, Na plus, etc. in a filtrate are reabsorbed actively. Yes, this one is also right. So for the 51, all are right. D option is correct. Next question, that is question number 56. Tubular secretion helps to maintain a proper acid-base balance by removing one of the following from blood. That is hydrogen ions and then ammonia. This one itself is right. Next, 57th question. Which of the following statement is false regarding the collecting duct? First one, collecting duct is a straight duct. Yes, it is long straight tube that converges with the other to enter the renal pelvis. Next, second one, it extends from cortex to medulla. Yes, this one is also right. Next, large amount of water could be reabsorbed from it to produce concentrate urine. Yes, this one is also right. And then fourth one, Small amount of urea diffuses out from it into the medulla to keep up the osmolarity. This one is also right. Fifth one, it plays a role in maintain pH and then ionic balance of the blood by selective secretion of the hydrogen ions and then K plus ions. This one is also right. This is essential for what? Homeostatic regulation. This statement, this one. So here all are correct. He is asking statement, false statement. That's what, none are false. The right option is none. 58th question. From mechanism of concentration of the filtration. 58th one. Mammals have the ability to produce dash urine. A. Hypotonic, B. Hypertonic, C. Isotonic, and then D. Alkaline. So here the right option is option B, hypertonic. Next question, that is question number 59. Which one plays an important role in counter current mechanism? Counter current mechanism. A. Vasa recta, B. PCT, C. Loop of Henle, D. A and C. So here the right option is option D, A and C. Next, 60th one. In which of the following counter current operates? Counter current operates in ascending limb of loop of Henle, in descending limb of loop of Henle, in ascending limb or descending limb of vasa recta, D. Between the two limbs of Henle's loop and those of the vasa recta. So here the right option is option D. Next, 61st question. Medullary gradient is developed by all the following except A. Reabsorption of Na plus from ascending limbs of Henle's loop into medullary intestinum. This is right. B. Reabsorption of sodium from the descending limb of Henle's loop. This one is wrong. So here which one is accept? C. Diffusion of small amount of urea from collecting duct into the medullary interstitium, right? Proximity between the Henle's loop and then vasa recta, as well as the counter current in them. This one is also right. So this one is exception. 63th question. The counter current mechanism helps to maintain a concentration gradient. This gradient helps in A. Easy passage of water from medulla to collecting tubule and thereby concentrating urine. B. Easy passage of water from collecting tubule and then thereby concentrating urine. C. Easy passage of water from the medullary interstitial fluid to collecting tubule and then thereby diluting urine. And then D. Inhibition of passage of the water between the collecting tubule and then medulla, and so isotonic urine is formed. So here the right option for this is B. Next question, that is question number 64. NaCl is transported by the ascending limb of Henle's loop, which is exchanged with A. DCT, B. PCT, C. Ascending limb to vasa recta, D. Descending limb to vasa recta. So here the right option is D. Next, 65. NaCl is returned to the by the ascending limb of vasa recta. A. Ascending limb of Henle's loop, DCT, PCT, and then interstitial fluid of medulla. Here the right option is option D. Next, 66th question. Human kidney can produce urine nearly how many times concentrated than the initial filtrate formed? Here option A is 4, B is 2, C is 10 and then D is 100. So here the right option is option A, that is 4. Next one, 67th one. The high osmolarity of the renal medulla is maintained by all of the following except diffusion of salt from ascending limb of loop of Henle. This is right about that. Active transport of the salt from the upper region of the ascending limb. Yes. The spatial arrangement of juxtamedullary nephron. Yes. Diffusion of urea from the collecting duct. Yes. Fifth one, diffusion of salt from descending limb of the loop of Henle. This one is wrong because the descending limb of the loop of Henle is permeable to the water but impermeable to the salt. Okay, it is permeable to water but impermeable to the salt. Therefore, salt doesn't diffuse out of this segment. Here they are given diffusion of the salt, but it won't diffuse out. Next question from regulation of kidney function, 68th one. Which one of the following is produced in the kidneys? A. Renin, B. Renin, C. Uric acid, and then D. arginase. See here, most of the students will confuse among these two, but the right option is B. Renin, renin. And this renin is what? It's a protein digestive enzyme actually produced in the stomach of the ruminant mammals like calves, you can say, to curdle the milk. Got it? So don't get confused among these two. Next question, that is question number 69. Reabsorption of Na plus is controlled by reabsorption of Na plus is controlled by A. vasopressin or ADH, B. aldosterone, C. renin, D. renin. So here the right option is option B, aldosterone. Is a steroid hormone produced by the adrenal cortex. Its primary role, what it is primary role? Regulate salt and then water balance in the body. 7th question. The reabsorption of water in kidneys is under the control of the hormone A. STH, B. ACTH, C. LH, D. ADH, that is vasopressin. So here the right option is option D, ADH, anti-diuretic hormone. It is also known as what? Vasopressin. It is responsible for what? Regulating water balance in the body. Next one, 71th question. Antidiuretic hormone secretion increases when the hypothalamus is stimulated by A. angiotensin receptor, B. glucose receptor, C. osmoreceptor, D. renin receptor. Here the right option is option C, osmoreceptor. Whatever the ADH hormone is there, no, it is primarily regulated by osmoreceptor. Where it is located? It is located in the hypothalamus. What it is going to do? These specialized neurons, these are the specialized neurons who osmoreceptors detect the change in blood osmolarity, that is concentration of the solutes in the blood. Okay. Next, 72th question. The kidneys help regulate acid base balance by controlling the level of dash in the blood. First one, A CO2, B H plus, C HCO3, and then D B and then C. Here the right option is option D. Next, 73th question. The functioning of kidneys is efficiently monitored and regulated by normal feedback mechanism involving A. Hypothalamus only, B. JGA, that is juxtaglomerular apparatus only, C. the heart only, D. hypothalamus, JGA and heart. So here the right option is option D. 74th one, osmoreceptor in the body are activated by changes in A. blood volume but not blood fluid volume, B. blood fluid volume but not the blood volume, C. blood volume and body fluid volume, D. blood volume, body fluid volume and ionic concentration. So here the right option is option D. Next, 75th one. Which of the following sequence is correct regulation of kidney function? Correct regulation of kidney function. So here, an excess loss of water from body stimulates hypothalamus, osmoreceptors, neurohypophysis, ADH, increases water permeability of DCT and then CT, prevention of the diuresis. And then B, excess loss of fluid from body. Then next goes for the osmoreceptor, the next hypothalamus, next neurohypophysis, ADH, the next increases water permeability of DCT and then CT, prevention of diuresis. So this one is correct. 76th one. Osmoregulation is the function of oxytocin, prolactin, vasopressin, none of the above. So here osmoregulation is the function of vasopressin. 77. ADH is synthesized by dash, released by dash and acts on dash. It is synthesized by hypothalamus, yes, and released by neurohypophysis and acts on what? DCT and CT. So the right option is option A itself. Next, 78th one. Which of the following sequence is correct? Which of the following sequence is correct? An increase in body fluid volume, switch off the osmoreceptor, suppresses the ADH release. This one is right. B, ADH concentrating effects on blood vessel, BP high, glomerular blood flow more, and then GFR is more. This one is also right. C, angiotensin 1 and then angiotensin 2, adrenal cortex to aldosterone. So this one is also this path. This sequence is also right. So all are right. That's what option D is right. 79th question. Which of the following factor can active the G cells to release renin? A fall in glomerular blood pressure, B, a fall in glomerular blood flow, C, a fall in GFR, D, a fall in GFR, GBP, GBF. So here the right option is option D. When the juxtaglomerular cells, that is JC cells of the kidney, act as a baroreceptor, they are stimulated to the release enzyme like renin into the bloodstream. When they detect a fall in glomerular blood pressure, reduces the pressure in the afferent arteriole, and when a fall in glomerular blood flow, that is GBF, decreases the volume of blood reacting the glomerulus, and a fall in GBR or else GFR, it is a reduction in the amount of the filtration being the formed. So among all the falls must be there, that's what the right option is D. Next, 80th one, which of the following statement is false? Here A, angiotensin 2 being a powerful vasoconstrictor increases the glomerular pressure and thereby GFR. Yes, this one is right. B, angiotensin 2 activates the adrenal cortex to release aldosterone. This one is also true. C, aldosterone promotes reabsorption of the Na plus and then water from the DCT and CT, leading to an increase in BP and GFR. This one is also right. Whereas D, ANF, that is atrial natriuretic factor, causes vasoconstriction. It won't cause vasoconstriction, it cause what? Vasodilution. It will be for vasodilution. So here the false is D. D one is false. Next question, that is 81. RAS, that is renin angiotensinogen aldosterone system. It is triggered when juxtaglomerular cells of GA releases renin in the response to various stimuli. This one is correct. B, is responsible for regulation of the kidney function. This one is also right. And then C, are stimulated when ANF is more in blood. This one is incorrect because acts as ANF acts as what? Check on the RAS. So here the right option is option D. A and B are correct. 82. Which of the following is true about ANF? An increase in blood volume and BP stimulates cardiac atria to release ANF. Yes, ANF promotes vasoconstriction. Here itself is wrong. It promotes vasodilution, right? C, ANF acts as a check on RAS. Yes, this one is also right. So the right option is option D. 83. Renin-angiotensin pathway controls ultrafiltration, blood pressure, glucose reabsorption, cardiac output. So here it controls what? Blood pressure. Next, 84th one. RAS secretes which of the following hormone? A, glucocorticoids, B, renin, C, mineralocorticoids, and then D, all. So here the right option is option C, mineralocorticoids. corticoids. Next one, from micturition 85, the expulsion of urine from the urinary bladder is called A. Uriolysis, B. Micturition, C. Urema, and then D. Anuria. So here the right option is option B, micturition. Next, 86th one. In micturition, A. Urethra relaxes, B. Ureter relaxes, C. Ureter contracts, D. Urethra contracts. Here the right option is urethra relaxes. Next, 87. The outline of principal event of urination is given below in unordered manner. Unordered manner he is given. We must order them. First one, a stretch receptor on the wall of the urinary bladder sends signals to the CNS. The bladder fills with urine and becomes distended. This one is first. So I will write here. After this, stretch receptor will come. Next, micturition. No. Fourth one, CNS passes on motor. This micturition will be last. So, on motor messages to initiate the concentration of smooth muscles of the bladder and stimulate simultaneously relaxation of the urethral sphincter. So here after 2, 1 is there, then next it comes of 4, and then lastly it will be of 3. So 2, 1, 4 and then 3. C is right. Question number 88. The neural mechanisms causing urination is called A. Scarth reflex, B. Withdrawal reflex, C. Micturition reflex. Yes, this one is right. 89th one. The average pH of human urine is, the average pH of human urine is A. 6, B. 9, C. 3, D. 7. So here right option is option A. 90th question. Match the following type. Column 1 with column 2. Uremia is what? Accumulation of urea in blood. So A is 5. A is 5, only one option is there. So luckily first option it will be right. Ketonuria. Ketonuria means ketone bodies in the urine. And glycosuria, it is glucose in urine. Where it is? Here. Blood dialyzer. Blood dialyzer, it's a artificial kidney. Dialysis what we used to say. It's a artificial kidney. Next, concentration of urine, it is by Henle's loop. So the correct option is option A. Next, 91. Diabetes mellitus is characterized by oligonuria, ketonuria and then glycosuria, anuria, hematuria. So here the right option is option B. Why? Because this ketonuria and then glycosuria is the presence of excess of glucose in the urine, and then ketonuria is the presence of ketone bodies in urine, which happens when the body breaks down fat for energy instead of glucose. Means instead of glucose what happens? There will be a breakdown of the fat. Next, 92. How much urea is excreted per day by a normal adult? How much urea is excreted? A. 0, B 25 to 30 grams, C 50 grams, D 1 to 2 grams. So here the right option is B 25 to 30 grams of urea. Urine how much per day? 1 to 1.5 liters of urine per day, but here he is asking urea 25 to 30 gram. Next, role of other organs in excretion. 93. Other than kidneys, which of the following also help in the elimination of excretory waste? A. Skin, B. Liver, C. Lungs, and then D. All. How? See, from the skin what happens? Skin eliminates excess water, salt, and then small amount of urea through the sweat. When we talk about the liver, it breaks down the toxins, chemicals, and old red blood cells, excreting the waste products into bile in the form of bile. Whereas in the lungs what happens? Remove gaseous waste, like primarily if I say CO2 and water vapors during the respiration. So rather than the kidney, these all are involved in the removing of the waste materials. Next, 94th one. How much CO2 is removed per minute by our lungs? How much CO2 is removed per minute by our lungs? Here A 18 ml, B 20 ml, C 1 liter, and then D is 8 liters. So the right option is B 200 ml of CO2 per minute. Okay na? 200 ml of CO2 per minute. Next, 95th one. Which of the following statement is false? False he is asking. Micturition is carried out by a reflex. Yes, the micturition reflex is an automatic reflex that causes the bladder to empty when it is full. C. Cholesterol is excreted in the bile and waxes are excreted in the sebum. Yes, this one is also true. C. 8 liter urine is excreted per day. This one is false because on an average, adult human excretes about 1 to 1.5 liters of urine per day. 8 liters would indicate a SERV, that is a SERV medical condition like diabetes insipidus. Okay na, but it is false actually. So here statement C is false. Next D. The primary function of sweat is excretion. Technically this one is also false. While the sweat does contain the small amount of urea and then salt, its primary function is thermoregulation, that is the cooling the body. So this one is also false. We will go with the C. 96th one. Liver, that is the largest gland, is both secretory and excretory organ. It secretes bile. Which of the following are major excretory products of bile? A. Degraded and steroid hormones. B. Vitamins and then drugs. C. Bilirubin and biliverdin. Cholesterol. So here the right option is option C. Here what happens? Bilirubin and biliverdin, these are the bile pigments produced from the breakdown of the hemoglobin in old or else damaged RBC, you can say. They are primary waste product excreted via bile. Other substance, if I say like cholesterol, waste products like cholesterol and some of the drugs or vitamins, etc. Next, 97th one. Most of excretory products of bile ultimately pass out along with A. urine, B. digestive waste, C. urea, D. sweat. So here the right option is option B. Next one, 98th. The human skin possesses sweat and then sebaceous gland which eliminates some waste in their secretion. Yes, this one is correct. Second one, sweat is waxy protection secretion having sterols, hydrocarbons and fatty acids. This statement is wrong actually. Sweat is not waxy, it is aqueous, means watery will be there, watery fluid, and it contains NaCl, urea and lactic acid, not the sterol and hormones. Next, third one, sebum is an aqueous fluid having NaCl, lactic acid, urea, amino acid and glucose. Sebum is not aqueous, it is waxy actually, that is oily secretion. The description provided what it is aqueous fluid, right? Fluid with NaCl and lactic acid. So actually it is it describing what? Sweat, not the sebum. That's what this one is also right. Which one of the above statement is correct? Only one is correct, right? So the right option is here, it is A. 99th one, disorders of the excretory system. In uremia, artificial kidney is used for the removing accumulated waste products like urea by process called micturition, hemolysis, ureotelism and then hemodialysis. So here the right option is D, hemodialysis. Next question, that is question number 100, 70th question. In artificial kidney dialysis, fluid contains all the constituents as in plasma except Na plus, water, glucose, nitrogenous waste. So here the nitrogenous waste will be not there. So that's it for today's session. We discussed 100 questions, that to line by line NCERT. You may check out by taking NCERT book how much we covered. Okay na? So if this video of mine is helpful for you, please like, share and then subscribe my channel. Thank you for today. Bye bye.